then you have to read the literature. Okay. I tell you a very simple example. I got one line from somewhere. I was working on the heat stress and in wheat. I was going through some literature. And so generally what we write it, impact of heat waves or heat stress on wheat production, this kind of things, isn't it? Or how heat waves, they can influence. But somewhere in the one paper, I just got an idea while going through that paper. You know, what was the title, catchy title? What could be the catchy title? Can wheat beat the heat? Isn't it? So you have to read the literature. One more important thing that I may share with you. It is not the titles or the subtitles or the catchy titles that matter. I am very ugly, but I am good at heart. You know, it matters. So what your research article, it matters. It is not the title or the subtitles of your papers. Okay. That is more important. Heart is more important than your body. You have to organize it, but that is more important. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm sure that
another of Dr. Anjani has spoken
yeah.
something on writing the good review articles.
Yeah.
You know, review articles, you know, they can provide a lot of thoughts for future research or further research on the ideas. But if you rewrite the review article just like, okay, he said that, he said this, and just you mention the figures, draw lessons, organize the review based on, say, okay, we are doing something, say, for example, marketing reforms. You're writing, trying to review why marketing reforms are important. See the past review, why, what kind of, you know, problems exist in the markets. What is the available review of literature on that? And if you reform this, how it can benefit in terms of, say, reduction in transaction cost and increase in income, increase access to markets or the inputs or not all those kinds of quality, prices. So you organize those along a common theme, even in a different sections in the paper, along different themes. Say, for example, in case of market reforms, efficiency, equity, or inclusiveness, or the sustainability of those kind of things. So you organize all your long these kind of things, and finally you draw lessons from them. Only the good reviews can be published. Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, sir. No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all.
Yes.
So when you are going to write a good review article, and on what topic?
Sir, actually, I am doing my PhD on social ecological resilience. So I am second semester student. So, sir, after doing some valuable findings and calculations, then after I will do
first review the literature. Don't go for the findings first.
Okay, sir.
Use literature. You have to look for that socio-ecological kind of things, you know.
Yes.
Okay, so please have more questions.
Use literature. Enough literature is available.
Yeah, please. Session is open for some of the questions, though we can accommodate only few questions because our next validity session is also approaching.
Most of them are muted. Unmute yourself. Yes. If there is any question, clarification, etc.
Yes, please.
Or you are just the passive listeners. Be active.
Or if you have something in mind not coming right now, you can give to our chat box also. We will connect to with the resource persons, and we can mail you that answer also, because sir, actually from 5:15 onwards we will be having valedictory session also. So if quick 1 or 2 questions you can have, I think we can just accommodate. So I think Yes, anything? Ananya, you got your answers?
I have got my answer. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so no more questions more. Okay, so if no more, yes, Vivek is writing, sir, that if research topic is comparatively new one and the literature is scarce, how do we justify
You create.
Then it is very easy
our
to
research?
justify. The purpose
You
of
create your
review of
own literature.
is to identify the gaps.
Research
So
gap.
if there is no research or little research, so you have all the justification, but then the statement should come after exhaustive review of literature. It's not that just something new and there is no. There may be some literature relating to that methodology, something not maybe directly topic, but methodology, many things are there. So you have to just establish that you are new or first kind of worker in that.
So in the meantime, I am seeing that Dr. Vishwanathan has also joined and Dr. Manjaya. So I welcome you both in this session because we are just having here panel discussion on writing research writing in social sciences. So our panelists, Dr. Pratap Singh Mithal, Dr. Anjani and Dr. Rashid are already here.
Yes.
So
thank you,
we were
madam.
just interacting.
Nice
Yeah.
to see Dr. Rashid after a long time.
After a
I
long
was
time,
listening.
yeah.
I was there for about 12 minutes.
Okay.
Few slides of his closing slides. So I was listening. So it was.
So there is one more question. In the meantime, we got that Jyoti Kumari, she is asking that you said that we should add our part of work, but in extension, usually the research works are based on ex post facto method. So how to frame our contribution in extension research papers? Jyoti, what is exactly you want? Would you elaborate also?
Hello, ma'am,
Yeah,
am
please.
I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, as sir has said that whenever we prepare our research papers or research work, at the end we should frame our contribution so that we could get published in very good research journals. But usually, like I am doing my research in impact assessment, which is based on the skill development mission being conducted by the government. So we are doing the what happened, we are now just recognizing that at what extent it has been attained by the receivers. So how can we could describe our contribution meanwhile in the research paper so that they could be accepted by those highly impacted journals?
So
Sir,
can I
please.
answer? Then Rashid can follow. So in this part, you have to show your contribution in the literature. You have to first
Okay, sir.
that your sampling should be something unique, means proper sampling. So first contribution is, as he was mentioning, 100 adopters, 100 non-adopters. So there is a sampling bias. So
Yes.
first of all, your sampling should be proper, and then you can establish causal relationship. So what happens that participants of that program's skill mission, they may be getting many other schemes also, they may be participating in many other schemes also. So you have to isolate the impact of this particular scheme after, means discounting other schemes, and there are methods, and there you can use the advanced methods to isolate or establish the causality, that whatever changes or impact is coming, it is coming because of that. And then again your contribution can find that the potential impact could have been suppose 75% improvement in something, but now the impact is only 64% or 60%. So what are the other things in implementation government can take care, so the efficiency or and effectiveness of that program can further increase. So these kind of things can come from your contribution. So program you cannot, because
Okay.
program we are not development organization, we are researchers. So we have
Yes.
to identify
Yes.
our needs, and we can help in better and more effective implementation of the program.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I also made a comment on the chat box. The point is, you are not merely identifying the quantifying the impact. Along with that, definitely you will be basically trying to understand what are the reasons behind the good or the poor impact. What are the main factors, and how this program could be improved. So I think these are all your contributions. You are not merely interpreting the number.
Yeah, not number only. Yeah.
See, if you are quantifying the impact of some government program, isn't it? There are a lot of opportunities to improve for you to contribute it there. But what happens? We are hijacked by the bureaucrats. You know what? They just want, okay, their income was this much, now the income is this much. This is just for the impact for them. For the researcher, it is beyond that. And it begins with your sampling design. Okay? Begin with the approach. As I said in my remarks also. Now, if you are intervening, say for example, soil health card, are the farmers aware of the soil health cards? If they are aware, have they used it? And if they have used it, then what is the impact? If you go for that kind of process, definitely your contribution is much greater than just pointing out that, okay, the yield difference is this much. Satisfied?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you,
now
sir.
we are inviting last question of this session, please. Yes, Jyoti, you wanted to ask anything?
No, ma'am, I got my answer.
Okay. Last question from participants. You won't get this chance again, meeting all three, eminent speaker on this subject.
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Yes, Amit, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. My question is regarding that econometric tools that sir was discussing, that we are not taught so much of econometrics tools in our courseworks, and if we do not go through some research literature, we cannot get what kind of econometrics tools are available here. So what can be the procedure or pathway for the new researcher or student like us to learn econometric tools? Means how only the research paper reviews is the only path, or something their course, some new courses are there also?
Okay. It is not that, okay, if you have studied mathematics or statistics in your undergraduate or plus 2 level, you build upon that knowledge. Read some good, say for example, you read the book by Chiang's Mathematical Economics or Mathematics for Economists, that book that I used to read in my student life. It is still being used by the professor to teach the students. Read some good books on statistics, maybe elementary kind of things. And for when you switch over to econometrics, you begin with Gujarati's book. Okay, very simple, systematically and organized with good examples on that. Try to learn it there. Then look for some YouTube channels. There are a lot of groups and all those kind of things. So there you will find answers or the questions or how you proceed, all those kind of things. And then, of course, there's a lot of methods. Okay, say, for example, you want to assess the impact of some particular intervention. It is not limited. Say, for example, you can go for the Heckman selection, the simplest one. You can go for the simultaneous, multinomial logic kind of things. You go for endogenous switching regressions. So there are a number of methods. You go for an instrumental variable approach. So there are a number of methods, and only thing is that how you are conceptualizing your problem and the variables. Some may be very tricky. For example, using the instrumental variable approach, it is really very difficult to find a good suitable instrument. But some, say for example, endogenous switching regression, the Heckman kind of thing, where you can just use the predicted probabilities or the inverse means ratios. They're the simpler one. So there are a number of these ones. Again, I suggest you the book that is available on the methods of impact assessments, or difference in difference or regression discontinuity. So you read that book also, and it is freely available. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and there are opportunities now. Online courses are there now, so you can join, interact, and also look for opportunities whenever there is this kind of trainings are there. We organize also, Dr. Rashid also, many organizations are organizing hands-on
Okay,
training,
just let
also
me
short courses
ask you
that
all of
can
you,
be.
and then let me ask many of all of you, how many of you are members of the Agricultural Economics Research Association? Are you members?
Yes, sir.
Do you attend its conferences?
Yes,
No,
sir.
because for every year we organize a at least one day
Yeah.
workshop on advances in research methodologies. And thanks to Dr. Anjani Kumar and the team from IFRI, the all innovative kind of approaches. So you can apply and benefit from that. Okay.
So no more
Okay,
questions
Dr.
now?
Alka, is it okay?
Yes, sir,
That was the last
definitely.
question.
Yes, I
No,
said.
if you have any question, query, and all those kind of things, just
No, I'm
you
still open.
send an email to us. Not send an email to us. Ask our
Yes.
email from Dr. Alka Singh, or even the mobiles. We will be happy to respond to any of your queries. Okay.
So nice of you, sir. So nice of you. Thank you so much. So though we have a little bit, extended our session, but this session was really, I'm sure participants that it's really very interactive, very useful, and many of the questions which were in your mind, actually you just got it clarified. And for all sort of publications, different forms of publications, where you can publish, what are the do's and don'ts, so all kind of things. So it's really a very good interaction. So I have no words to all my three panelists for their a very good contribution in terms of educating my participants, familiarizing them with all those kind of concepts. So, sir, thank you to each
Thank
one
you very
of you
much.
from my core of heart. And uh, actually, we are now going to have a valedictory session also. So we are waiting actually at DDG Education, and he's busy with some meeting with DG. So his PA just told me that in couple of minutes he will be available. So we would start our this is the final academic session, and now we are going at the end of this training program, 5-day training program, and we did not actually realize that how fast it has basically completed. So Dr. Vishwanathan, I think we should wait a little for DDG because he is still busy in that meeting.
So thank you, madam. I take leave. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. So nice of you. So
Okay.
whatever their
Okay,
questions will be
welcome.
there, I would definitely pass it on to those three panelists, and we will seek your advice. And we are expecting more and more and good publications from this group of participants. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rashid.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Pratap.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, Dr. Vishwanathan, I think your mic is muted.
Director and Dean, they are joining, madam. They will be joining.
I think Dean, madam, I just did not hear from her, but I just wanted to, maybe I can just call her.
Just we'll find out. So when
Director might not be there, sir, because he just said me that let me see.
Yeah, because
so,
he having too many meetings.
Yeah.
जी नमस्कार सर हैं क्या कोई मीटिंग है क्या ये थोड़ी देर में ये मीटिंग वो वैलिडिक्टरी फंक्शन है वो इकोनॉमिक्स का वो ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है ना NAHB ट्रेनिंग अभी
Yes, Dr. Vishwanathan. Sir, your mic is muted. Yeah.
just
Sir, I think DDG Education is still busy in meeting with DG.
Okay.
So I think we can have students' feedback in the meantime. And then once he will join, we will start our formal proceedings.
Okay.
Is it
Now we can have some
fine?
general discussion, madam, because when DDG and director is there, they may give their feedback. That time also they have to give, some 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. But for our purposes, I think we may continue with this
discussion. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, dear participants, please have your video on. You can have, I think, yes, please. Yeah. I'm really sorry that since our DDG Education and National Director NAHEP, he is still busy in some meeting with the DG and others. So he may join a little bit, in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, since our PI of this project is there, Nodal Officer Dr. Banjaya is also here. So we would like to, and we all course coordinators and course conveners are here. So we would like to have your feedback and your suggestions for further improvement of such kind of training program, because it's a kind of regular feature in our NAHEP capacity building activities. So we would like to be having many more this kind of trainings in due course of time. So your suggestions, your feedback would definitely guide us in designing those programs. So please, I will just volunteer yourself. Yes. Yes, Ananya, please.
Very nice experience having speeches and lectures from eminent personalities, and very cordial environment was there. In an artificial neural network analysis and social network analysis, I have enjoyed much and I have learned much from that. That is because this is my study area, or means my area of interest is there. So all over, it was a very nice experience, and we are looking forward for more this kind of sessions. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Any suggestions for further improvement?
It was very nice, ma'am. I don't have the audacity to say.
ठीक है. Yes. Sorry, Ananya.
It was very nice, ma'am. Nothing to be nothing to be added more.
Okay. Okay, Ananya. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Ashwara is also smiling. Yes, Ashwarya.
Yeah, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for conducting such a well-structured and wonderful training program covering diverse topics. That is, usually they don't cover qualitative techniques. So I think I was so happy mainly with the meta-analysis and the online tools of data collection, and even the yesterday's topic that was covered by Seduraman sir. And all the topics were useful, but I'm just specifying this because I was more keen for these topics. And I must say that all the instructors were really great, and they had taken a lot of efforts in explaining the concepts. And moreover, the training program was not just confined to the online mode of education. So it was just like a classroom experience. And we look forward for more such kind of training programs. And only my suggestion is that the time was a major constraint. So it will be good if you could conduct more trainings, which will be a full day training programs. That is from morning till evening. It will be good for us. That's all.
Okay,
That it was a wonderful learning experience for us.
So we are really encouraged by your words of Aishwarya. Dr. Vishnathan, Aishwarya is one of the student along with one student of ours, Muthu Prasad, who has conducted that online faculty evaluation kind of study in kind of thing. And that paper is also almost ready for that. So she just used content analysis there. So she wanted to have more kind of elaboration on content analysis, which we have included in this training program. So thanks, Aishwarya. And yes, Muthu Prasad is also smiling. He is also one of the, partner in that particular study. And these two students from extension and economics, they have taken actually lead and basically conducted that kind of study. So which I think first draft is ready, and we will send to you also for your look. So yes, Muthu, you would also like to add something?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I'm so happy. Personally, for me, these trainings are like all my research objectives, methodology were covered. From choice experiment to if you see the qualitative part, and as Aishwarya said, nowadays like qualitative is getting more important one, and we focus much on that. I'm so happy, and also I'm so happy with the choice experiment part that was covered by Yashoda ma'am. It was covered in a very good way, and also that when it comes to the NSSO data handling, Aditya sir had covered in such a way that he made it so easy. The one thing which I'm suggesting is like if you see some of the sessions where it was little short, I thought even it could be some more time it would have been taken, especially choice experiment and NSSO data handling, and also this data collection methods. That's it. And future training, I think even that some of the quantitative aspects in econometrics also can be focused. That's it.
Okay. I think that's nice. We are also thinking like that, but actually this we have designed only for 5 days. So we just wanted to have, few selected techniques along with hands-on. So that was basically our objective. And in online, you know that some problems are there, but still I think we have done fairly good enough in terms of practicing. And I heard that you have also done assignments also. And one important thing, Dr. Vishnathan, that we had one quiz also. So, just Aditya told me that they have fared quite well also in that quiz, which was a kind of surprise thing to them. So please, what about others? Yes, please come forward and give suggestions to us.
Good evening, ma'am. Am I audible?
Good evening. Yes, Neha, please.
Ma'am, it was a very nice experience. This was actually my first training program that is held online, and I wish to be a part of more trainings that we will conduct. And we are 50 participants, and every participant is linked with one or more topic that we get here. Everyone gets connected to that, and everyone get benefit from the topic. So this is very much inspiring for me. And the topic like meta-analysis handling and data handling NSSO, and that of Stata software working. This was so inspiring for us, and some of the tools that we don't know about them, and we got to know about this. They are like Kobo Collect, like online collection of the data. They are very much new for us. So I wish I'll become the part of many more trainings that will conduct, and we are very much informed in advance also about the subject, about the topics, about the software that they are going to use. So this is a very good experience that I'll have, and I think all will agree with this. Thank you so much for giving us this experience now.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Neha. I'm glad that you have found these kind of tools and techniques and these kind of lectures very useful for your research program. So yes, Kamesh is also, I think, yes, Kamesh, you want to speak anything? I'm just seeing his message. I don't know whether he is not listening. Yes, anybody else? Please come forward.
Madam.
Good evening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Dr.
Director sir has joined. Once if DDG is there, then you can.
Okay, fine. Okay, sir. Okay. So should we? Good evening, sir. Director, sir, he is there.
He's there. He has joined. Maybe he is there. But when DDG comes, he will call. I think he will be doing some. He's already joined, so he is there. So when DDG sir comes, we can call him. We can continue the discussion. So till.
Yes, please. So please, we have to wait for a couple of minutes only. As soon as DDG and our director joins, we will start that. So please have more feedback, give more feedback to us. At the end of the day, yes, Tanishta.
Ma'am, it was a very nice experience to attend this training program under your guidance, and all over means lot of sessions that were covered under this training program that were really useful, and I will be being a PhD scholar. Some of the sessions were very much beneficial and important for me, so that I can apply those techniques and tools in my PhD research work. And I want to mention the session like conducted by Aditya sir, like Kobo toolkit, which is very important, I think, in this post-pandemic era of COVID-19, where it would be like most important for us. And I wish and I look forward to attend more such trainings. And means one of my suggestion is that if some more trainings are being conducted on like structural equational modeling, so that will be very much helpful for me. And thank you, ma'am, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this training program.
Thank you, Tanishta. We will take your suggestions into account. And I was just going through with your feedback pro forma, and we have analyzed, and that you have basically, you all people have given a list of actually topics and issues to dealt with. And in short, I can just state that introduction to software, statistical analysis, econometric tools, impact assessment kind of studies. So those kind of things basically seems to be in much demand from the students. So in subsequent our training programs from both the divisions, whether extension or economics, we would try to include those kind of issues with us. And a list, whole 2-page list is there, as actually I'm having, sir, which is spelling out the different details they want. And Stata learning, then R learning, econometric tools, factor analysis, structural equation model, all kind of issues they have just flagged in. So I'm really glad that in future NIHEP, otherwise in other training programs, we would like to have those kind of issues in our training program for your benefit. So Abel, I am seeing you also. You are from Tanzania. So how did you find this kind of training? How you are seeing this one, please?
Thank you, madam, for this opportunity. This was useful training, very useful. All the topics was very important. I found them, they are very useful to any social science research. They are very important. And specifically like this digital data collection. I was just for me, I was aware on how to collect, but not to develop tool like that. So it is this training has added some experience to me, so that I can develop myself the tool and collect the digital data instead of using paperwork, which will be which will reduce even the cost of doing the surveys and so other things. But another important thing is this today and the first day when we get those emerging issues in research, which was very important topic, and also this today's session, the final session, because most of we know how to develop our researches, but we don't know the quality of the output we have to generate those research papers and blogs. So I find this training was very important, and I hope that if in future there will be also others, it will give me another good experience, which will make me better in my career. So I thank you, madam, for this opportunity, and I have learned a lot of things which will be useful to my academic life. Thank you.
Thank you, Abel. Thank you. You have come from too far to this country for learning, and if we are fulfilling your demands and your needs, it's really a great thing for all of us. So I'm just seeing that Shaila is also there. Shaila from Bangladesh. So how, Shaila, you are finding this study useful to your academic growth?
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I want to say my heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee for giving me opportunities, such a wonderful training. And this, I think I am very much beneficial with the training, because many of my research objective is closely related to these topics, like choice experiment, then how we use large data set in data, as I am going to use panel data, and how Kobo toolbox is very much new for me. This topic, then meta-analysis, first time I am listening about meta-analysis. So all the topics is very much useful to me, especially Kobo toolbox. We are usually used to with manual data collection, and Kobo toolbox is very much new for me. So Aditya sir already given us the basics and how to use it. This is very much helpful, and especially the today's session is very much helpful for new emerging researcher like for us, because writing paper or thesis and writing especially good journal is very much difficult task, and we are not know that how we start the writing, what topics is very much important, what we just write like discussion, then how to write especially discussion part, how start introduction. It's very difficult for us, and sometimes because we don't know, and our papers are rejected because we don't know where is the lackings. So these things Bittal sir has especially he explained very nicely. So this training is very much useful for me. Hope it will enrich us and for doing good research in future. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, organizing committee. I'm very much happy with that.
Thank you, Shaila. I was just seeing that our dean was also there, and Dr. Rashmi, our dean and joint director education, was with us. But right now, I think maybe she lost her connection.
So Dr. Agrawal has joined?
No, sir,
No,
not
sir.
Is he
Good
going to
evening,
join?
sir. Yeah, I just spoke to his PA, so that meeting is still going on with DG. So I think I'm just asking.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, sir. So the participants may continue your feedback.
Yeah, feedback. Not only those who are scheduled, others can also give their feedback.
Continue.
Okay.
Yes, please. Sir, उनके PA ने अभी बताया कि मीटिंग कब तक चलेगी. Actually, they are not knowing. So it is still continuing.
All right, then I think we can proceed. If he is able to join, it is fine. Otherwise, you can show him the recorded video.
Okay, sir. So, sir, should I start?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, very good afternoon to one and all. Respected Director IRI, Dr. Vishnathan, Dr. Manjaya, our core team and associated team members, Dr. Manjaya, my all course coordinators and course co-convener, Dr. Padaria, and above all, my all dear participants, scientists of both the division, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I welcome you all at the validatory function of this 5-day long online training course in advances in research methodology for social sciences. Sir, as you know, that this training program was organized for the students of all streams of social sciences, that is economics, extension, as well as statistics. And as you might have listened to some of the participants, that we introduce to our students with the advances in research methodologies, and they have just mentioned, conducting computer-aided and online surveys, then synthesizing evidences from literature like meta-analysis, then handling large data sets with softwares, various kinds of quantitative and qualitative tools, and most importantly, how to write scientific writings in social sciences, and what are the emerging areas of research in social sciences, where you are one of the panelists also. And as I just explained that day also, that we have received overwhelming response from the participants, and it was really difficult for us to select 50 participants in all. But we did as per the NAHEP guidelines, and in all, we have 50 participants, 28 in agriculture economics stream, 20 from extension, and 2 students from statistics discipline, and which were spread uniformly in several universities, that is 17 universities and 10 states across the country. And I'm also delighted that many of them are women participants, 29 women participants as against 21 male. And the most challenging part of this training program was, sir, hands-on sessions, though we were initially skeptical about that, but the enthusiasm of the participants and expertise of the instructors basically helped us to overcome this difficulty and taking on these kind of hands-on exercise online, and we did that successfully, as has been articulated by our participants too. And these we have the 2 sessions each afternoon and morning sessions, and these all sessions were live streamed on social media, Facebook and YouTube also, for the benefit of the larger audience. We have also given here some home assignments also, which they have submitted, and we have sir here feedback also from them, which I just analyzed for some future observations and future designing of our training program in different disciplines, where demands of the software, econometric analysis, impact assessment analysis, some of the recent issues, other kind of qualitative kind of analysis from the consumer behavior perspective or stakeholder behaviors. So those kind of demands were there. And surprise quiz were also here given, and we can proudly say that many of the participants here fared extremely well also. And with this, I just thank to all my training course team, IRI CAST team, and to all, one and all who are associated with this kind of training program, in conduct of training program. And with this, sir, if you would like to have, we can have some random feedback also in your presence. So maybe we can have one or two feedbacks. Those whosoever like to speak, please just give the feedback to this audience. Please just volunteer yourself. Any one of you.
Good evening, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please.
First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers for making this platform, because we used to study the theory part of some of the important techniques, but we are still lagging in the analysis part and how to apply those techniques in the research areas. So only we will be knowing the research tools which will be used by our seniors or someone else. So this platform has enabled me to learn some new techniques with hands-on session. Example, NSSO data extraction. I was asking many seniors people in our environment for past 1 month, but I couldn't able to find anyone to teach me out how to extract the data. But in this pilot session, I am very much thankful for all the organizers, because I was able to learn the data extraction, and similar way conjoint analysis and other thematic analysis. So these are very new, and it was very good for us. And I would like to have more sessions like policy analysis, matrix, or computable general equilibrium models, and such kind of tools to be included in upcoming training programs. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for making me as a participant in this short course. Thank you.
Thank you, Jagdeshwaran. I am really glad to know from you that you are interested in large data sets, and many of these large data sets are in public domain, just like we have recently periodic labor force survey. So I'm hopeful that you might utilize this large data sets in your analysis, because that is also very necessary to have for a good empirical evidence. Yes, please volunteer yourself. Maybe one last. Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Please. I think her connection is not good.
Kumari Jyoti Kumar, I think, is trying to connect, but voice is not. Maybe internet problem.
Okay, maybe she can come later. So in the meantime, any one of you, please just take up, and once her connection is okay, then she will continue. Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes.
Am I audible to you?
Please continue. Some voice.
Myself, Jaypriya.
Continue.
You can off your video. You can off your video and even speak.
Okay.
No problem. Yes, please.
Ma'am, myself, Jaypriya from TNAU. Hello.
Yeah, audible.
Ma'am, I am very glad to be one of them. Yes, ma'am. I'm speaking, ma'am. Could you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I'm very glad to be a participant in this training program, ma'am, because in so much training programs, they didn't so much to ask at any time, but here you people helped us to improve ourselves, ma'am, because I asked at around 8:30 p.m. I text Aditya sir and asked about doubts in Stata. He replied immediately, and he clarified my doubt at the time itself. and I also new to meta-analysis, Kobo toolbox, because in this time we were in survey period. It will be most useful for us, these tools and all. I'm very grateful to the organizing committee, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Jaipriya. We could hear you a little, but anyway. So Jyoti, are you online? Can you speak right now? Your connection is okay?
Am I able?
Yes, please. Please continue.
Ma'am,
I think, sir, her connection is also not okay right now. So in the meantime, Dr. Vishnathan, I am just inviting you for your brief remark about this training, because you have also been, everything we have done under your guidance, and this training, hands-on training, actually first time online we have conducted. So few observations or few suggestions for our future endeavor, because this month again, we are going to have one more training program.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you and your team for organizing this online training program. I think we have organized only webinars. I think in this we have tried to conduct a practical kind of thing also to demonstrate the students how to do data analytics, and including 2 brainstorming sessions, which were also very useful. I think the overall the training program was well organized, although as many of the students told, time was limiting. I think when we have the personal or when the direct training is there, when people can come here, we can have it for more time. But with all this connection problem, I think 5 days is also good. And the overall, I think the training was conducted very well. I thank you and your team, and really it was overall the structure was very good, and also you could able to bring out this manual and
compendium also,
also the manual also came up very well, and I think it will be very useful for all the students. So
thank you, sir. We have also uploaded this compendium on our website. We have given link also. So many downloads were also we were seeing for this manual.
Yeah, I think we can. You can maybe go to the training report, madam. Then we will take remarks from director. Then we can.
Sir, I think I have already given training report in the sense that what.
Okay.
So,
then we can take SAR's remarks.
Yes.
And we can.
So, sir, now we would like to have your guidance and suggestions for our improvement and what we need to do in future course of time, because in NIHEP we have this capacity building program for students is a very important component.
Thank you, Dr. Alka. And from the day one, I was really very, very impressed with the kind of clientele group that you had for this training. All very bright people and excellent communication skill and clarity of thought what they want to do. So that's what impressed me the most about all the participants. It's a great opportunity through this medium, and I would like to congratulate the entire NIHEP team led by Dr. Vishnathan and all the team members, Dr. Manjaya, Dr. Roy Burman, yourself, and then Dr. Anpuna, Andy Kumar, many more who are not able to join today, or maybe there. I cannot see in this window, so there are 3 windows. They may be there. But this team has been a very, very committed team. In all subjects, the response of trainees has been outstanding. Couple of things that we'd like to, I think, improve when you say for the next training program. We can rope in some faculty from outside. So today we had this program called Vaibhav. Just a minute, give me 1 minute.
So for the benefit of participants, I need to tell them that we have your certificates also. We are making it ready, and we will just mail you individually. So, and I would just again would like to say that in some of the Google Forms, I am not finding name of your department in full and the whole kind of thing. So please, I will be circulating one Word sheet file to you. So please correct if your department or division's name is not spelled correctly, because that needs to be there on the certificate. So it has to be correct. We have taken exactly what you have written on Google Forms. So, and after that, once we receive those kind of corrections, and then we will just have those certificates ready and we will send to all of you. And Dr. Manjaya and Dr. Vishnathan, one thing is that attendance was really very good. We just wanted to see that whether it is, we can just find out some lacuna, but, because we have almost extended every session for a few minutes.
Nice.
So that was basically, full attendance with all timings.
Yes, it
except
was
some
more
kind of
students were interested in attending the complete session.
Yeah.
It was more interactive. So
Mostly you must, madam, it is an well organized, must be some students who are maybe interested. So you may have to communicate in such a way. Maybe those candidates who have applied could not succeed in getting into the list. You may send the link for them also, so that they can view the videos or any material that you have prepared. So it can be freely sent to them as well.
Okay, okay, sir. Though we have given link on Facebook and YouTube also, so it is live stream.
Sir is there.
And
yeah, so the one thing I was saying that, today you organized this meeting, Vaibhav, which is, what is the Vaigyanik, Bharatiya Vaigyanik. It's a program where you are trying to rope in the Indian diaspora involved in different universities abroad, and they are doing outstanding work in different field of sciences. So with our contract and prior request on such trainings, we can also bring in some faculty from other universities through Zoom. That would not cost, and that would be added value to the entire training program. I think that provision we can create. The other thing I must say that, the social science has to play a very, very important role. As I was saying other day, in all CG centers, whether you go to International Rice Research Institute, you go to ICARDA, all these institutes, international CG centers have got a very strong department of social scientists, economists, and also extension scientists. And their job is to project the impact of institute research technologies on the livelihood of farmers and the food security, nutritional security of the country. And based on that, the projection made to the government, to national, international funding agencies for more and more grant. So you can see this has been the region that most CG centers have got maximum grant from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We have not been able to pull that grant so much in the national research, national agriculture research system as much as the CG centers have been able to do. So our economists, our social scientists have to play a very important role in quantifying the impact of technology, and based on that, projecting the policies to the government and to funding agencies for more and more grant. When we were studying in our college schools, the students who were very bright, they used to go for science. We used to call it science side, and there was agriculture side, and there was art side. And so art side students were the one who considered themselves that they were not very bright in science, in math, and other disciplines. And they were generally, if somebody is going to art, he was taken as probably he is not that bright. But today I see the kind of mathematics that you have to use in social science studies is enormous, and you have to be extremely good in mathematical sciences. This has to become a part of our overall training program. I am sure in biological sciences, lot of softwares have been developed for different kinds of analysis. For any analysis that we do and with a huge data set, several softwares are available. Likewise, I'm sure in social sciences, those kinds of softwares must be available. But training the manpower in development of models, the basic research model development is extremely important. Analysis of demand, supply, market projection. Say, for example, our focus of the government is to double farmers' income by 2022. And in that, the contribution of agriculture is, particularly the agricultural export is very, very significant. If farmers' income has to be doubled by 2022, the agri-export earning also has to double. Our current export earning from agricultural commodity is about 38 billion US dollar. And this has to be taken to almost 80 billion US dollar. Now we should be in a position to do this analysis. What are the different commodities where we are exporting? What are the commodities that we are importing? Where we can do import substitution? What are the potential areas for diversification of our export market? Who are our competitor in the international market? Each sector. So when I was doing some analysis, I found that our contribution in the processed product is very, very minimal. Say, for example, if you take fish sector, our contribution in fresh fish export, we are number one. But when it comes to processed fish export, our contribution, our share is 0.5%, very, very low. And many countries, they are having a huge edge as far as processed food are concerned. So in terms of a clear national policy, we have to advise to the government that these are the commodities where we need to invest in terms of promoting export. These are the commodities where, for example, for each commodity policy, our current oil seed import, not oil seed, the edible oil import is 68,000 crores. Now, policy dimension has to come from the social scientists. If we have to reduce the 68,000 crores of import bill on edible oil, what are the ways and means available? How we can do that? Which are the commodities that we should focus? How much we should focus? Where we are lacking? So all those kinds of analysis and projection has to be made by the social scientists, and that will serve as a guidelines for the researchers which are working in the production sciences and protection sciences, whether they are breeders or agronomists or they are plant protection scientists. So that's another very important thing. Another area where you can play a very important role is that if you we get a lot of questions from farmers, on different aspects related to their problems in the field with crops and so on and so forth. And these question banks, they are available. And they are available. These questions bank can be classified region-wise, crop-wise, commodity-wise. And based on that, using artificial intelligence, if we can develop a mechanism by which we can have a self-guided answer, that a question is put by the farmer, and based on artificial intelligence, you are able to give a reply that this is your question, this is your response. You need not to wait for somebody to attend to that questions, and the response goes automatically by auto reply system. So all these opportunity exists, particularly in the social sciences side for each one of you. I'm very happy that you have been able to make a good use of this training program, and you have learned a lot of things. It was not just lectures and lectures, also you had hands-on experience in terms of data analysis, in terms of learning softwares. So that's very, very gratifying to learn that. I would like to congratulate each one of you for this successful completion of training, and wish you all the very best. And also I would like to congratulate the entire team for conducting this training program so successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, our DDG Education has just joined. So he just called me up. So we can...
Thank you, madam.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ayari, Dr. Singh Saab. And thanks to all the participants. But I'm sorry that I kept you waiting because there was some important meeting just 1 minute before it has been concluded by our director, our DG, Aisha.
Yes.
So I'm really sorry. And,
no, sir, it's fine. It's fine, sir. We can understand your.
That meeting went for about 2 hours. I thought the DG will finish it by 5:15, but it could take longer time. So thank you very much, Dr. Alka Madam, and my compliments to you for completing this very important workshop on research methodology. I understand.
Yes, sir.
So research methodology, I think, is a very important topic, especially for social scientists, because nowadays one thing which I have found is that most of the persons, they try to understand the software, but they do not know the logic behind the software. Like they know that they have to conduct the ANOVA, but what is degrees of freedom? What is level of significance? Why you take 5%, 2%, 1%? Why the logic? Why not 3%? So until unless you understand the research methodology, I think you cannot interpret in a better way your results. So to interpret the results in a better way, I think such workshops, they are very important. I just repeat one example. If you ask any student, any researcher, and if he is able to explain in a layman's language, I think that means he is thorough in his subject. But if you attend some lecture where you do not understand, you understand only 2 or 3% of the things. So that means it is not my limitation, it is the limitation of the speaker that he is not able to explain the things in a proper way. So we have to understand these methodologies. We have to understand the concept behind all the things. It is not just we understand the software. I understand why we call pentagon, sextagon, and why not trigon? Okay, why it is triangle? Okay, you understand the concept behind this. Why it is some letters are from Greek, some are from Latin words. So all those things, once you understand, I think you can interpret in a better way. So one example which I was just going to give you is that in statistics, you all know, I think you know better than me, like what is level, what is this type 1 error, what is type 2 error. Okay. We very well know, because entire statistics is based on null hypothesis. What is your null hypothesis? How you frame the null hypothesis? So once in the interview, we were just asking one girl student, I asked us, can you explain what is type 1 and what is type 2 error? And she beautifully explained that when null hypothesis is true and you reject it, it is type 1 error. If it is false and you accept this, this is type 2 error. I told it is fine with me, but the other experts in YouTube board, they are not able to understand. Please explain in a layman's language. She's told, and that was the basis for a selection, that if you reject me, it is type 1 error. If you select somebody else, that is type 2 error. So that means such type of example a person can give once he is thorough in the things. So we have to understand up to that level that what are all those things. Nowadays, our times has gone when we used to work on the facet. There was no electronic computer. Electronic computers were there. Electronic calculators were there, but we were not allowed to use those. Only facet. But now it's a time of the plenty of information. You have to go deep and deep into your information. You have to learn the data science. You have to learn the deep learning. You have to learn the artificial intelligence. And that's all the work of all these social scientists. We have to understand more and more from all these things. I think sky is the only limit. If you see the latest trend, I got a proposal that we should again go for SAS. We should again go for under NEHEP or some other kind of softwares for entire NAS. But I have understood that there are some other softwares like Python. If you go for Python and if you see their Panda, that is the industry standard. But we don't have any course in the whole ICR. Even I asked ISRI, they are also not running any course. Only simply R or the SPSS or the SAS or something else. So we have to just go in that direction, which are industry standards, because now in research also, in ICR also, we have plenty of data. The kind of ICT roadmap we have, the kind of ICT interventions are there. We are also collecting a lot of data. Your ECLIP data, if you see, if you start collecting the ECLIP data from last 30 years, you will have volumes of data. So can we really do some deep learning in that? Can we really do some kind of analysis based on such a huge data and find out some trend, something? So that's why now we all have to think in different directions in a disruptive way. So and to learn in the disruptive way, we have to understand first the concepts and then develop our own concepts. And I think a series of such programs are being conducted by many universities. But again, we have to have, like you have chosen all excellent speakers. The way you have selected the candidates, I think they will be doing a chain reaction, and they will also become your ambassador to make others understand. But my request is that please be ready to learn as many concepts as you can learn. There is no limit for learning. And one example I can just quote. The biggest statistician of the country has been, you all may be knowing, P.C. Mahalanobis. Dr. P.C. Mahalanobis, who was the founder of your NSSO, CSO, and he was the person who could do the survey for this Bengal famine. Now, by training, he was a physicist. He was not a statistics person. But because he had understanding, he devoted his time in statistics, then he became one of the top statisticians. He gave the crop cutting experiments, which now are the basis for any crop forecasting, how much production we are going to have. So, and he was a great economist also. So, because he could understand the concepts, he could understand the requirement, so and he could do the demand-driven research. So we have to also see, as it has been asked in the new education policy, that how we have to do and involve ourselves more and more in the demand-driven research. Okay? It is not that what is my expertise, I will find out the topics and then do the research. What the society wants, what the country wants, whatever government is looking for. So accordingly, we have to then just try to reorient ourselves and just try to learn more and more new things. And such thing, Dr. Alga Madam, let me just compliment you. Such forums are being encouraged in the new education policy, that we have to have more and more programs for the teachers' education. Okay. It is not only student learning, but the teachers' education. So let us see how best we can do, how best we can develop some online modules. We are giving to IRA one smart classroom. We have identified 18 universities, and IRA is one of them. But the basic requirement of that is that at least 5 hours lecture daily has to be there. Then only the cost can be optimized for that facility. So how best the different divisions can make use of that, so that whatever good lectures you give, they are recorded, they are made available to other persons who are deprived of the best education. Everybody doesn't have the faculty like IRI. So how the other universities where the faculty is not that much trained, so those students also can be made use of. They can also make use of all such good lectures because they are recorded, and immediately they can be flashed to other universities. And if you are taking a lecture, if you want at the same time that other universities should also listen to your class lecture, so that facility is also there using that facility, that system. And that's now we are going to expand to all universities. So there are a lot of things, but now because time is limited and I have just come at the end of this program, so I'm extremely sorry again for that. And I wish all the best to all the students, to all the participants, and especially to our ever smiling director, IRI, Dr. A.K. Singh. Once I see him, I also have to smile, because the smiling is the best exercise, and your 70-80% of the problems will go away with his smile. So thank you very much for this opportunity, wonderful opportunity, and we look forward for more and more such programs. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so
I'd
much.
like to thank, Dr. Agrawal has brought the energy in each one of us. He is always so energized, and the kind of new ideas, thinking, and programs that he has inducted into an NHEP program. The program was there earlier, but the kind of innovations that had happened in past, whether it is alumni linking or these kinds of training program. I was just telling Dr. Alka that next training when you do, we should try to rope in some faculty, overseas faculty, in this program through Zoom for conducting the practical session also, and also for the lectures. That will add further value, and we can, if you plan, in advance, we can definitely do that. So I would like to thank in person to Dr. Agrawal for all his support, and he has very soft corner, and being an alumnus of the institute, he has real support, great support. Without our asking for, he is always there to give us. We are trying to come up to his expectation, because he also has a lot of challenges, a lot of pressure from the peer group, from the funding agencies, to make sure that the budget that is given is fully and well utilized. But the kind of human resource actually we are developing through this training program is no less than what we used to get the training when we had to go overseas, stay there for 15 days at International Rice Research Institute or at CIMIT, and no way the input delivered was better than what is being done now. So that way, I think these programs are really helping the students sitting at their respective places. They are able to get the information and interact. And each one of them, when I heard them speaking in the first day and also today, they are full of confidence, creativity, and critical thinking. And that is what we need in the youngsters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With the presence of DDG Education, sir, we really feel encouraged. We can all understand your pressing engagements in this time. So, but still, your very presence is very motivating to us. I know that time has already, we have outstretched that. Sir, I will, if you permit me, in quick 5 minutes, I can just try to give you a glimpse of this training program, if time permits. Yeah, sir, actually, this training is quite unique in the sense that we have included all the 3 streams of social sciences, that is economics, extension, and statistics also. We have 28 students from economics, 20 from extension, and 2 are from statistics also. And the other unique thing is that, sir, we have been conducting webinars, but this training, we just want to have a mix of theory plus hands-on also. And whatever quantitative or qualitative tools we have given in terms of theory, we have the corresponding hands-on also in the prescribed session. And we have introduced some software also. And for this, Stata was basic use of Stata was mandatory. And I just got a very good feedback also in this plan. And here, like in post-pandemic era, sir, like we have to have difficulty in primary data collection. So we just wanted to introduce with them what are the different tools and techniques for computer-aided and online surveys. So that also we did. Then synthesizing evidences from literature through in terms of meta-analysis. Then many kind of qualitative tools as well as quantitative tools. We also introduced to them with hands-on also. And that's the most important thing is that we had 2 panel discussion. One we just concluded today, that was on how to write research writings in social sciences. Not only research paper, but blog, newspaper, other all kind of things we have just added. And the first panel discussion which we did, we had panelists, 3 panelists, one from extension perspective, other is from economics, and the third one is from biological sciences, where our director IRI was there. And we just wanted to sort it out that what kind of emerging issues are there. And very rightly, you have said that demand-driven research agenda should be there. So we discussed what kind of emerging research areas are there for our young social scientists or social science research. Sir, in all, we have selected 50 students as per the NAHEP stipulated criteria. 10 were only from IRI and 40 students from different parts of the country. They were ranging from 17 university and 10 states. And the other important highlights were there, sir. We have out of 50, 29 participants are women candidates and the rest are only male one. And we have drawn here faculty, of course, not from the outside India, and we would just definitely like to add in our subsequent training programs. But we have our resource person from many fields, eminent field, and where they have used those kind of technologies and methodologies. So that was basically a kind of thing. And the other thing is that, sir, since we have overwhelming response, we could not select all the students for this. So we have live streamed our every session in YouTube and Facebook also. So just for higher outreach of the audience. So that kind of things we have just started in post-COVID, because we knew that we have limitations of offline training programs as of now, right now. So with this, sir, I just don't want to take much of the time. And we have also prepared one compendium, e-compendium, and that hard copy is also there with us, which I will also circulate and give to you, sir. So these are the few main highlights apart from the other feedbacks which our students have given. And we have noted down different points, and now we can design some kind of demand-driven training needs, and which we will pursue for higher relevance and demand-driven capacity building programs as a mandate of IRI. So with these words, sir, this is about the training program in brief. And we would definitely like to continue your guidance for conducting our training programs. Thank you, sir, for all your support. Now with these words, I will not take much time, and I will request Dr. Manjaya for a final vote of thanks.
Yesterday we had a workshop, let me also just tell you, that went up to Dr. Vishwanath was there from IRI up to 8 o'clock, and we had experts from World Bank and 5 countries. They also spoke that there should be a demand-driven learning also.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, many good ideas they gave. We are just compiling all those things. It went for 3 hours, and I invited the vice chancellors also. So beautiful. I'll just share those viewpoints with all the persons. Thank you.
Yes.
So one important message came was that the Purdue University analysis, they told professional skills contribute only to 50% in the job success, and 85% is people skills, that is soft skills, people skills, that is contributing to 85%.
So that's what the new education policy is saying.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you attended the whole program. It was a wonderful program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So other skills, people skills means a lot of social science intervention is required in our higher education also.
So our next training is on soft skills.
Yes.
Sir, we have designed a 5 days online training program that is on life skills and personality enhancement. So that is scheduled from September 21st to 25th. And we will again conduct on Zoom. So we have already started receiving the applications, and we will conduct online training.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Chairman of today's valedictory function, Dr. R.C. Agarwal, DDG Education and National Director, NHEP. Most Honorable Dr. A.K. Singh, Director IRI and Vice Chancellor of this deemed university. Dr. C. Vishwanathan, Principal Investigator, Cost and Head, Plant Physiology. Dr. Alka Singh, Head and Professor, Agriculture Economics Division, and the course leader of just concluded web training. All the team members of CAST, dear participants representing different universities, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to propose a formal words of thanks at the successful completion of 5-day web training on very important topic, that is advances in research methodology for social sciences, organized under the auspices of NHEP CAST IRI, led by the Division of Agriculture Economics, Extension and Statistical Sciences. On behalf of the director, the entire CAST team, and on my personal behalf, we are very grateful to Dr. R.C. Agarwal, DDG Education and National Director, NHEP, who has been very kind enough to spare his valuable time from his very busy schedule. As he just explained just coming from the very important meeting. So he attached a very important role or contribution towards IRI. So giving time the way we really require is it is admiration, sir. And also gracing today's function. We are very thankful to you, sir. And also bringing about the importance of social science, the research methodologies for the young students who are attending this program. And I'm sure they have been inspired by your not only benign presence, but also your simplest words to explain the things in so more holistic way, sir. Thank you very much for your kind support, all our endeavors at IRI, sir. I record my sincere thanks to our beloved director, Dr. A.K. Singh, for his guidance and support in the organization of all these web trainings, webinars under NHEP cost. Particularly, he is so meticulously inquiring and interviewing all of us, anything which is related to the students, to representing them from all the universities, that he always ensures that to reach the unreached, at least those candidates who could not be accommodated in previous seminars or webinars. So he always suggests us to incorporate or include those candidates where there is possibility to give our best to those students. So because they are the ones who will be taking our message and bringing about our collaboration with their institutes and universities. So we really thank you. And also you were there in the inaugural session, and also you spoke the importance of social science, sir. So we always take it granted that yes, it is a subsidiary subject in our agriculture domain, but it is not the right thing to pursue like this. So you really brought out the worth of a social scientist and their contribution, which is going to be very enormous in the new education policy that we are going to adopt at IRI in toto or in massive scale, sir. I really thank you and admire you for your advice for the young brains, sir. Thank you very much. At the same time, we miss the physical presence of our beloved Dean, Dr. Rashmi Agarwal. She is also very encouraging and guiding all of us to conduct the trainings both offline and online, and also sorting out the issues related to the student related issues. And also Dr. Prabhat Kumar is the national coordinator NHEP. So to facilitate the activities, day-to-day activities related to finance or any other the approvals. So we always consider him as one of our colleague at IRI. So always we get the encouragement from Dr. Prabhat Kumar. I really thank at this moment in absentia, sir. And the most dynamic principal investigator, Dr. C. Vishwanathan, for his meticulous planning and guidance. So it is quite evident. You ask anybody from any university now, any MSc or PhD student, whatever they have any problem in related to their research or training or soft skills or anything. So most of the students, they really get the input without much delay, even if they write in individual capacity or through their authorities for any help either related to research or collaborations among the students who are working in different disciplines at IRI. So it is the meticulous nature of and very simplicity of Dr. Vishwanathan is quite evident. Because of him only we are functioning very minute detailly. I really thank Dr. Vishwanathan for guiding all of us and all the course directors. What are the things to be done? What are the things to be taken very seriously? So all these things we are following, and thank you very much for sparing your time to be present at this occasion. And equally important of all the core team members and supportive team members of NHEP CAST, I really thank each one of them, including Dr. R.R. Burman. He is the one socially, I consider Dr. Burman and Dr. Alka Singh, they are the ambassadors of IRI CAST and rest of the universities, sir. So we get the benefit out of though we stretch them too long, but they don't mind to shoulder the responsibility. I thank you, Dr. Burman, Dr. Alka Singh, and the rest of the associate directors of this training program, and Miss Yashika Goel. She is the RA. She is working with the NHP cast for arranging all these logistics. Thank you, Dr. Yashika. At the end, I wish and thank all the participants, because without them we could not have arranged, and for their enthusiasm and their sponsors of the university's authorities. So I really thank all of them, so that they are the vibrant minds. They received much of the information from the stalwarts we just spoke till 5:30. I think so patiently they were listening. Thank you all the participants for making it a grand success. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manjaya. Thanks to one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all, and wish you all the very best, all youngsters and participants, for making this program successful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Keep in touch with your faculty. If you have any problem, don't leave them. Okay.
Yes.
And this is a platform for creating link and for future development.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to you and Dr. Manjaya. Special thanks to both of you.
नहीं
And
मैडम,
my all out.
ये तो आपका प्रोग्राम है, हम तो
नहीं सर, ये सबका प्रोग्राम है, सबका है. And my special thanks, sir, my special thanks to Aditya and Praveen also. These two scientists, they have really taken very, very meticulously. And you know, I was really practically free because they were there. So, and Praveen was also a research grantee of NAHEP also. So he has now joined as a scientist in our division. He has yet to submit thesis, of course. So it was a wonderful team.
They are your assets, madam. They are the future of IR.
They are my assets. No doubt
Thank you,
about
ma'am.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
So thanks to each and everyone.
Thank you, madam.
So Dr. Vishnathan, I have another meeting on Vaibhav at 7:30 actually.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you know that they want that IRI should give a one-page note on what are the 5 most important themes which government should pursue.
Okay.
Or where scientific deliberations from Indian diaspora and Indian scientists are there. So actually sir, ये बहुत लंबा चौड़ा प्रोग्राम है, तो IIT खड़गपुर ने अपना बना लिया है. और उसमें उन्होंने food and animal biotechnology, food safety, soil water nexus kind of things, climate change, ये सब चीजें लिया है. और हमको सर एक बनाना है अपना एक प्रोग्राम, और जो हमको कल शाम तक बेचना है उनको. So I will just write those things in group after my 7:30 meeting.
Okay. After that you can write, because morning
7:30
you can take this genome editing and related plant biotechnology. So we can.
सर उसमें food and animal biotechnology था ना, तो broader area है, तो हम उसमें plant में कर सकते हैं, तो we can just we need to highlight basically.
We will
so
highlight.